Pincer 2.0 already being teased in the game? I thought this wasn't coming out till August. Hey, yo, end of July, we're supposed to get this thing. This is going to be the video that's going to talk about Pincer 2.0. It's going to review all those conversion stones from the events they've given us in the past. We're going to talk about maybe more ways you can get those conversion stones because everybody's going to have to switch to this, right? I mean, holy jeez. So we'll go through all of that, and we'll go through whether or not Lilith is going to make a lot of those in-game suggestions that the community put forward on how to make it cheaper to convert some of those inscriptions. So stick around while we go through it all right now. Hey everybody, I'm your boy War Daddy Chatsky. I do videos for Rise of Kingdoms all the time. Real quick, throw a like. Helps out the video, helps out the channel. If you're not subscribed, consider doing so. Hit that button, doesn't cost you anything. And we're in the middle of our July and August video giveaways, where every video I give a $10 flux. All you have to do to enter to win is throw a comment down in the comment section of any video that I do. Of this video, I will announce a winner and pick randomly and announce the winner of that $10 flux. So from our previous video, from Rising Sun, this comment is on a video about Vercingetorix, how he's skip. Very disappointing commander. He said, thank you for this. As a low spender, I'm so happy I invested in Philip when he was released. Okay, yes, that talked about Vercingetorix. I'll have a card in the top about that video if you want to go talk or go look at that and review what I said about him, went through all the reports and everything. So now we're going to go through this and talk about Pincer 2.0 in the game right now, and it was released at reset. You come into all these different events like we always have, but then at the bottom, very bottom, this is where they typically tease the next formation that's coming out. Well, now we got Pincer 2.0. They're not even calling it Pincer 2 anymore. They're just basically saying, hey, here's what we're going to do for the upgrade for Pincer. And first and foremost, they're going to increase the percentage of smite damage to 12. Okay, well, if you come in here and look at Pincer, why are my armaments not even pulling up? What is going on here? There we go. You get a 10% smite damage bonus from the original Pincer, which is really crazy because the original Pincer and all the specials and rare inscriptions that you have for Pincer, they're already like good. They're already like top of the line good. And now we're going to get new ones. Okay. So from there, you come back in here and you look and say, okay, we go from 10% bonus to a 12% bonus. Okay, 2% more bonus damage to Pincer or to smite. And then they're teasing all the inscriptions. This will be the scroll slot. Looks like there's a tiger on there, and it's definitely got some Chinese markings, and it's green. Hey, yo, this is kind of, I just remember the 5 tigers of that old Three Kingdoms era of ancient Chinese war history that included like Liu Bei and Guan Yu and Zhang Fi and all that, Zhu Yan, all that stuff. And then you've got the instrument, which is a horn with a tiger on it. You've got the emblem that's got a tiger on it. And then you've got the banner or the flag that has a tiger on it. Tigers everywhere. Everybody gets a tiger. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my. Okay, so with that, we wanted to kind of review this and say, okay, what can we expect out of Pincer 2.0, right? Now, when they put out Wedge 2.0, we did get some different things that they did with these inscriptions, right? But the overall assessment was that they were just really enhanced. You know, you got a much more boost on these things, 7% boost on skill damage dealt. What is this, 12.5% boost on skill damage dealt? What is this, another 7% boost to skill damage dealt? So they're boosting it like crazy. Okay, and then obviously you've got all the little things in here when it comes to the other mechanics of these inscriptions. When the Euler's troop deals skill damage, it has a 10% chance, or 10%, it deals 10% more if the hit target has 50% or more units remaining, and then it does damage mitigation if it does not. There's all kinds of different ways. Emblem's always been my favorite slot, right? That's just a straight boost to whatever damage you're doing. It's simple and easy. It's perpetual. It's great. The instrument slot is always unique. Okay, and this one is no different. For every 300 rage the yielder has, and with Chen, obviously, you start with a lot of rage and you get a lot of rage and you consume that rage. It says their troops deal 1% more damage and take 1% less damage for up to 5% more or less. So it stacks up to 5 times. This buff is applied when your primary commander uses an active skill, lasts for 3 seconds at a fixed value, regardless of the subsequent changes in the rage. Okay, so very easy to run up on just about any commander. And then, of course, you got Maneuver at Ease, where you get a 2% damage resistance and 2% smite damage resistance, which is good. And then within 5 seconds after using an active skill, for every 3 instances of basic and counterattack damage dealt, the next basic attack will have its damage converted into direct damage. Okay, just more chin stuff. Okay, so anyways, my whole point was that you do a lot of that different stuff with those inscriptions, okay? Now, you've also got the rares and you've got the special inscriptions. And what they did for Wedge, now they botched the original formation deal, because basically they made it a Wedge 2.0 formation. Okay, where it was a completely different formation. And then they came back to the drawing boards and they took all the special and rare inscriptions and just made them part of Wedge. So now you technically have 2 special inscriptions for each different slot for the armaments. Like your scroll slot has one over here from the original Wedge, and your scroll slot has one over here for the Wedge 2.0. You can mix and match. You can do whatever you want. They made that right. That was good that they did that. So they're going to do the same thing for Pincer now. Okay? Pincer already has busted, and I mean busted good, special inscriptions and rare inscriptions already. Okay, and so this is something that's going to be interesting to see. Are we going to see more? Because here's what I think is going to happen. There's a few of these things. Now, Airtight is a little bit more for the rallies and garrisons, but there's a few of these things that are so good, like Demolisher guys and Toppler. There's a few of these things that are so freaking good that they might be giving us just more variety. It just might not be an enhancement for each special inscription and each rare inscription for those subsequent slots for your armaments. But I think it's honestly probably going to be better, but I would say there is a chance that they could make it to where they're going to unload some special and rare inscriptions that just do different things, and you might be able to just mix and match, which is good for the game, and it's good for everybody else. Now, what's not good for the game is how much it costs to convert this stuff, okay? Conversion stones, oh my God. They are hard to come by. 10 conversion stones. We know this. You do get these conversion fragments up here. 10 fragments equals a stone. You can see I don't have any conversion stones. I recently just put my Wedge 2.0 back to Delta. Ayo. And so from there, you've got our state forum, where if you come into here, you can get some of those conversion fragments. Now, people have complained that the rate you get these does not come close to the rate we used to get conversion stones through KVK back in the day. And I say back before they did all this, you had your, was it Warren Conk? No. Path to Greatness. You had these different things that you did as far as your individual quests and your rewards you got from that. And they used to put up to 10 conversion stones every KVK that you could go obtain. All you had to do really was be active and go fight. But they took that away, and then now they're just giving us daily conversion stone fragments. And so with that, it's harder to get those, or people think it's harder to get those. It probably washes out. You know, I've got accounts that have a ton of these things on them, but definitely like the KVK model where you had all the different kind of ways with the quest to go get those conversion stones, and you knew you were getting 10 every KVK, and so now it's a little bit of RNG, but that's kind of how we have to look at this. Now, the other way to do this thing, guys, is with the event. Now, here, let's review the event as it came out last time, okay? Where they gave us a few conversion stones with the conversion stone, or the new formation inscriptions event that came out. You get 1 conversion stone for logging in for 7 days. You get another conversion stone for obtaining 50 legendary armaments. Just save your armaments now, if anybody didn't know. And you got another conversion stone. I think they gave us 3 when you use 100 transmutation stone. Now, transmutation stones are completely different. Those are transmutation stones are what we use to re-roll our stuff. Ooh, I need to re-roll that. I don't like that 2.6. I'm OCD, but that's how those things worked out when it came to the events that were in the game when this thing popped off. Okay, so you get that event. All right, the other thing that you get is that they typically will allow you to convert whatever your pity is and transform, we'll just say, transform that into the wish list of the new formation. Right now, I'm at 4 out of 10 wish list on my wedge formation right now. And what they did in the past, we'll see if they do it again. I assume they will, is they'll allow us to change this 4 out of 10 to Pincer, okay, where mine's 0 out of 10. I don't know if they'll necessarily do that or not, because when they originally did it, they had a brand new formation. Well, now it's just regular Pincer. And so I don't know if they're going to allow us to do that or not. Now, the conventional wisdom says anybody that's been opening armaments recently, you've been opening for Pincer maybe, to prep for Pincer 2.0. And so that's kind of we're going to have to see, because if they did it like last time, I would be able to transform my wish list for Wedge over to Pincer. And I'd be able to pick that up and continue on to go to Pincer 2.0. So that's what you've got there. Now, the other problem that we have with this is a lot of people are ending KVK right now, and they're getting ready to get the KVK shop for the Autarchs, and they don't have Pincer 2.0 in here. They're just like, what do we do now, Chadsky? I'm like, I don't know, bro. I honestly don't know. I don't know if you pick Pincer, because here's the other side of this that people have to understand. We've had in-game suggestions on the official Rock Discord. A lot of people have been putting those things up. And one of the biggest and well-known suggestions is to say, hey, if we have Pincer inscriptions and we already have all the special inscriptions, or if you have a combination of special and rare inscriptions, would it be easier for everybody if you change the cost from 10, right, to maybe 5, only if you keep it in the same formation and just upgrade to the new special inscription? That's probably what they need to do, guys. It's the easiest thing to do. You do that for the special inscriptions, change that, cut that in half, or at least to like 7 transmutation stones. You're not switching formations. You're staying within Pincer. You're just trying to get the new Pincer stuff. Okay? And they do it for the rare. Let me find a rare here. I got one somewhere. I got them everywhere. Rares everywhere. Let me see here. I'll filter this by rare. When you try to transmute a rare, convert a rare, that is a cost of 3. Okay? I don't even mind if they keep rares at 3. I mean, 3 is not hard. Maybe they go to 2. That would be easy. But for those of us who have 2 or 3 or all 4 special inscriptions, and especially for Pincer, you're just wanting to upgrade, or you're wanting to upgrade what you want and maybe keep some of the special inscriptions that you have. We'll figure that out when we get all those informations on the new Pincer 2.0 formation. But the cost of 10, guys, I mean, come on, man. The cost of 10, every time they release new special and rare inscriptions and they don't make it easier, I've always said this. This is my philosophy on this, okay? You imbalance the game and you leave behind free-to-play and mid-spenders if you don't make everything new to the game accessible for all. And leaving this at 10 on the transmutation stones or the conversion stones, you're alienating the overwhelming majority of the community, because they don't they don't have 40 transmutation stones to convert this. I mean, it's just impossible. And it costs like $700, $800. It's insane. Especially if they've got more than one set of one set of inscriptions, special inscriptions. That would be 80 transmutation stones. Okay? 80. And even for a player like me that spends a ton in the game, that is just absolutely insane. And then when you come over here and you look, the other way to get these is to go to the shop and buy one. Well, if I've got to buy 80, that's 800,000 gems. Wait, what? Come on, man. Help us out, y'all. We're pleading with you guys. Give us some more ways to either get conversion stones or make it cheaper for us to convert those special inscriptions if we stay in the same formation. Okay? And so there's other stuff that we can talk about when it comes to Pincer 2.0. A lot of people up in arms, including all the cav mains out there saying, wait a minute, we're struggling with combo with Delta 1.0 over here. How are we not getting this before infantry? Infantry are so cooking right now, y'all. They are dominating everything. Okay? It is a great time to be an infantry player. They've got great combos, great commanders. They've got all the crazy different ways to go run 2 and 3 marches, and they already have a busted good formation set with all the inscriptions of Pincer. They're going to give us Pincer 2.0 and make it even more busted. But hold on, hold your horses, cav players. Pun. Hey, yo. Hold your horses. Because if they're going to do this, then the next cav release, when it comes to the next MGE cavalry, next gen SOC commanders, do we already have this up here? Mightiest Governor's still going to have Vercingetorix. That'll be the 3rd time. We'll probably skip one. And then, hey, yo, we get new calves. And if they're giving us Pincer 2.0, then maybe the next cav release is going to be chin level out of this world. Maybe that's just wishful thinking or hopeful thinking, but that's where we're at with all this. So save your conversion stones. All right, don't open up any armaments. All right, those are the things. I'm holding on to these. Those are the things that you got to remember. Save your wish list right now. If you're sitting at like 7 or 8 out of 10 on wedge, just hold on. Don't open up anything, because if they allow you to take your wish list from 7, 8, 9, 10, or 7, 8, 9 out of 10, a high wish list setup, and they allow you to transform that over to back to Pincer. So just think about those things and some of the things that you've got to do with your account. People have been talking about that exhaustingly. Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe they'll actually do the in-game suggestions that we've given them and make it cheaper to convert this. Because right now, it ain't cheap, bro. It ain't cheap. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Throw a like on here if you would be so kind. Also, again, we're doing our video giveaways. And if you want to be entered to win that $10 Flux, just comment down below in the comment section. I'll announce the winner in the next video. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Can't tell you how much the support has been crazy. Join my Discord. The link's down in the description. I have people in there every day. It's such an active Discord. People are talking every day in general chat. They're talking in the Ask Anything channel. They're talking in the Ask Chad Anything channel for all the Spartan members. It is a blast, and it is so much fun. So, hope you have a great day, broskies.